My friend, success is never about talent. It's about mindset. Talent may open the first door, but mindset decides how far you walk through it. You can be gifted, intelligent, and full of potential, yet without the right mentality, all of it will fade into wasted possibility. The world is full of people who started with extraordinary talent, but stopped when life demanded more than natural ability. Talent is what you're born with, but mindset is what you build. It's the inner voice that whispers, keep going, when everything around you screams, give up. It's the belief that no matter how many times you fall, you can rise stronger than before. Mindset is the soil in which all success grows. A weak mindset produces weak results. A strong mindset turns struggle into strategy, pain into progress, and failure into feedback. People often wait for the perfect moment, the perfect chance, or the perfect plan, but those with the right mindset understand that perfection never arrives. They take imperfect action and learn along the way. The right mindset doesn't fear mistakes. It studies them. It doesn't shrink from challenges. It seeks them, knowing that each test is a training ground for greatness. Talent might give you confidence, but mindset gives you endurance. It's easy to feel powerful when things go right, but true strength is revealed when nothing seems to work. That's when mindset separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the difference between those who say, I can't, and those who ask, oh, can I? The moment you shift from limitation to possibility, your world begins to expand. A fixed mindset keeps you chained to who you've been. A growth mindset pulls you toward who you can become. You can train a skill, but you must choose your attitude. You can learn techniques, but you must master resilience. Success doesn't care how talented you are. It only respects how committed you stay. Mindset is what keeps you studying when you're tired, practicing when no one watches, believing when no one believes in you. It's the quiet, unseen force behind every achievement that looks effortless on the surface. Talent may attract attention, but mindset earns respect, because when talent hesitates, mindset acts. When talent fades, mindset fights. When talent stops, mindset continues. Your belief system is the steering wheel of your destiny. It determines the direction of your thoughts, the quality of your actions, and ultimately the outcome of your life. Everything you do, every choice you make flows from what you believe about yourself and what's possible for you. You can't live a life of abundance with a mindset of limitation. You can't reach greatness if deep down you believe you're not worthy of it. Your beliefs shape your attitude, your courage, and your capacity to dream beyond your current reality. The most powerful force in your life isn't the circumstance you face, it's the story you keep telling yourself about what you can or cannot do. If you believe you are capable, you'll find a way. If you believe you're not, you'll find an excuse. Beliefs create the lens through which you see the world. They can turn obstacles into opportunities or opportunities into fears. The direction of your destiny changes the moment you decide to challenge the beliefs that have been limiting you. What you hold true in your mind becomes the compass that guides your future. Most people never rise higher than their beliefs allow. They live in the shadow of doubt, conditioned by fear and past failure. But the ones who transform their lives are those who reprogram that inner dialogue. They choose to believe that their dreams are valid, their vision is possible, and their effort matters. Once your belief system aligns with your goals, your actions follow naturally. Confidence becomes your fuel, faith becomes your foundation, and resilience becomes your reflex. You are always steering your life somewhere. The question is, are you steering it intentionally or letting old beliefs drive you off course? Beliefs are like invisible hands on the wheel, either pulling you toward purpose or spinning you in circles of mediocrity. If you want to change your direction, you must first change what you believe about yourself, because every breakthrough begins in the mind. When you start to believe that you can, something powerful happens. The world begins to open up in ways you never imagined. Your steps become bolder, your vision becomes clearer, and your destiny starts moving in the direction of your belief. You said, discipline outlasts motivation every single time. ChatGPT said, discipline outlasts motivation every single time. Motivation is fleeting. It's the spark that ignites your engine. But discipline is the fuel that keeps it running long after the excitement fades. Motivation feels good, but it's unreliable. It shows up when the weather is nice, when things go your way, when you're inspired. Discipline, however, doesn't care about your feelings. It's there in the rain, in the struggle, in the silence, when no one's cheering for you. Discipline is doing what must be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Anyone can act when they're inspired, but champions act even when they're exhausted, uncertain, or uninspired. Discipline is the difference between a dreamer and a doer. It's what keeps you training after failure, studying after rejection, and pushing forward when comfort calls your name. It doesn't ask for permission or wait for the perfect mood. It commands consistency. The people who achieve greatness aren't always the most gifted. They're the most disciplined. They understand that repetition builds mastery and consistency builds credibility. Motivation fades when life gets messy. Discipline thrives in the mess. It doesn't need applause or validation. It's quiet, stubborn, and relentless. It's the invisible force that gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. when your body begs for sleep. It's what makes you stay late, read another page, make another call, or take another step when your energy is gone. Discipline is commitment in motion. It's proof that you mean what you say you want. When motivation dies, discipline keeps your dream alive. It's the muscle that strengthens every time you keep your word to yourself. Every act of discipline rewires your brain to trust you more, to push harder, to endure longer. It builds character in the shadows so you can shine in the light. Discipline turns potential into progress and progress into power. It doesn't depend on emotion. It depends on decision. You can't wait to feel ready. You must train yourself to act regardless. Because those who rely on motivation start fast and stop soon. But those who build discipline start slow and never stop. You attract opportunities equal to your level of preparation. Life doesn't give you what you wish for. It gives you what you're ready for. Every opportunity that comes your way is a reflection of how well you've prepared for it. People often say they're waiting for their big break, but the truth is success is waiting for them to become ready. The door to opportunity opens only to those who have done the unseen work. Those who've been sharpening their skills, strengthening their mindset, and staying ready while others were waiting for the perfect moment. Preparation is the quiet work behind every loud victory. It's the hours of practice no one sees, the sacrifices no one applauds, the discipline that builds unseen confidence. When the spotlight finally shines, the prepared step forward with calm assurance, while the unprepared freeze in fear. Preparation eliminates panic. It gives you power when others hesitate. You don't rise to the occasion. You rise to the level of your preparation. Opportunities don't knock for people who are idle. They knock for those who've already built the door. Every skill you refine, every book you read, every moment you spend learning when no one's watching, it all adds up. The universe rewards readiness. It doesn't play favorites. It responds to effort. The ones who seem lucky are often the ones who stayed consistent long enough for preparation and opportunity to meet. You can't pray for opportunities and ignore preparation. You can't expect abundance while living in laziness. Preparation is the seed of success. Opportunity is the harvest, but you can't harvest what you haven't planted. Those who stay prepared move with confidence because they've already rehearsed the moment 100 times in their mind. They're not surprised when the chance appears. They're simply ready. Every time you prepare, you send a signal to life that says, I'm ready for more, and life listens. Doors begin to open, people begin to appear, and chances begin to align. Preparation magnetizes opportunity because excellence attracts attention. When you invest in yourself, when you treat every small task as training for something greater, you become the kind of person opportunity can trust. Growth begins when excuses end. As long as you keep defending your limitations, you'll never rise above them. Excuses are the chains that keep potential locked away. They sound reasonable. They feel comforting, but they quietly steal your progress. Every time you say, I can't, you hand your power to something outside yourself. Every time you justify why you haven't started, you delay the life you could be living. True growth begins the moment you stop explaining why you can't and start finding ways you can. Excuses are easy because they protect your ego from discomfort. They let you stay safe, unchallenged, and untested. But safety is the enemy of growth. You don't get stronger in comfort. You grow in resistance. Every excuse you make becomes a wall between you and your destiny. You can decorate that wall with logic, fear, or blame, but it's still a wall. And the only way forward is to tear it down with responsibility. When you take full ownership of your life, you reclaim your power to change it. Growth demands honesty. It asks you to look in the mirror and admit, if it's to be, it's up to me. It's not your circumstances that limit you. It's your acceptance of them. People with a growth mindset refuse to let excuses define their story. They don't say, I'll make time. They don't say, I don't know how. They say, I'll learn how. Growth starts when your desire to change becomes stronger than your desire to stronger than your desire to stay the same. Hello now. Oof. Say. Excuses keep you stuck in what was, while accountability moves you toward what can be. The moment you stop pointing fingers and start taking action, momentum appears. Progress doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. Growth is uncomfortable, but so is staying the same. The difference is that one pain leads to purpose. The other leads to regret. When you stop hiding behind excuses, you start discovering your strength. You begin to realize that the limits you once believed in were never real. They were just stories you told yourself to stay safe. And when those stories end, growth begins. Consistency is the invisible bridge between dreams and reality. It's the quiet force that transforms vision into victory. Everyone dreams, everyone hopes, everyone talks about success, but only a few are willing to show up every single day, especially when no one is clapping. Consistency is not glamorous. It's not loud or dramatic. It's the small, repeated actions that compound into greatness. It's waking up early when you don't want to, studying when you're tired, showing up when you feel unseen, and giving your best even when no one notices. That's where transformation begins, in the discipline of daily effort. Dreams are easy, consistency is hard. It's easy to be excited in the beginning when everything feels possible. But consistency is what keeps that excitement alive long after the feeling fades. Success doesn't belong to the most talented. It belongs to the most consistent. The people who win are the ones who refuse to quit. The ones who do a little bit more every day, even when progress seems invisible. Each step may feel small, but over time, those steps build momentum. And momentum builds miracles. Consistency is faith in motion. It's believing that what you do today matters, even if the results don't show up right away. It's trusting the process, knowing that every repetition, every effort, every moment of focus is building something powerful beneath the surface. Most people give up not because they can't achieve their dream, but because they can't stay consistent long enough to see it manifest. They stop watering the seed before it breaks the ground. You can't build a new life with random effort. You need rhythm. You need commitment. Consistency builds credibility with yourself, with others, and with life. It tells the universe you're serious about your dream. When you're consistent, you become predictable in the best way possible. Someone who can be trusted to deliver, to endure, to grow. Every great success story is a collection of small, consistent efforts stacked over time. That's the invisible bridge, built not by bursts of passion, but by daily persistence, by showing up again and again until one day your dream is no longer a dream. It's your reality. The one thing that determines your success is your decision to never quit, no matter what. Success isn't about who starts the fastest. It's about who refuses to stop. Life will test your patience, your strength, and your faith. It will throw storms at you, disappointments, and moments that make you question everything. But the ones who make it to the top are not the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who never surrender. The decision to keep going when every reason says stop is what separates the ordinary from the unstoppable. There will be days when your dream feels too far away, when progress seems invisible, and when the weight of effort feels unbearable. But quitting never makes the load lighter. It only guarantees that you'll never see the reward waiting on the other side. The moment you decide that quitting is not an option, something powerful happens. You stop negotiating with weakness. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop asking for permission to be great. You lock in and you grind through every obstacle until your breakthrough comes. Winners understand that success isn't a straight line. It's a journey full of setbacks, detours, and lessons disguised as pain. Every challenge you face is shaping your character, strengthening your will, and preparing you for the success you've asked for. The people who achieve greatness aren't those who had it easy. They're those who kept showing up when it was hard. They believed one more day of effort could change everything, and it often did. When you decide to never quit, you become dangerous to failure. You remove the exit doors, silence the excuses, and anchor yourself in purpose. That kind of commitment changes how you walk, how you talk, and how you think. You stop focusing on what's missing and start maximizing what's in your hands. The road to success demands endurance. You don't have to be the smartest or the strongest. You just have to be the one who refuses to stay down. Because every time you rise again, you prove to life that your will is greater than your wounds. And that decision to never quit becomes the single most powerful force driving you toward